Joining us here on the Automoblog YouTube channel is Mike Pennington, Director of Training and Consumer Relations at Meguiars. Overseeing and setting procedures for the company's global training programs, Mike is Meguiar's resident technical expert on all of its products and technologies and is one of the world's foremost experts on proper car care techniques. And we're going to be talking with Mike about that very topic. So Mike is going to be giving us some car care pointers. He will also be making product recommendations as we go along. And you can find links to each of those products below on Amazon. And as an Amazon associate, Automoblog earns from qualifying purchases. Commissions from Amazon and other affiliate partners come to us at no additional cost to you, our viewer. Mike, first and foremost, welcome to the channel. And second, we definitely want to pick your brain when it comes to taking care of our vehicles, but welcome. How are you, friend?
Hello, Carl. It's great to be here. Really good. Great new year, great holiday, and literally ready to hit the ground running, as always, and cleaning, so to speak. Get some cars going here, for sure.
Yeah. It should be noted that we're recording this at the beginning of January. So, of course, here in Michigan, rain, snow, I mean, all the stuff that is just makes your car nasty. So we are recording this at the right time because once the weather gets nicer, we're all going to be out doing this stuff. Mike, what should we be aware of when we have a dirty vehicle and we start the wash process?
That is a great question because washing is one of the best things you can do for a vehicle to really keep it looking long term. I mean, paint jobs are so good these days. The days of oxidizing and deteriorating have really, are the past. So once your vehicle, in the middle of the winter, road trip in the summer, gets all that debris on it, the first thing we recommend to be mindful of is all that contamination and road grime and dirt and dust. If you don't wash that, remove it carefully the correct way, you will actually scratch your surface and instill, swirl marks, scratches, which actually creates more work down the road. So by simply trying to do a good thing for your vehicle, in some cases, if you don't pay attention to some really subtle things, you can end up causing yourself more work.
Mike, with the automatic wash thing, and I know that today, in many cases, like if you get the top package, for example, and if you wash enough times during the month, that pays for itself. There's a convenience factor there too. You can run your car through real quick after work, but when it comes to an automatic wash with the convenience and everything, and what should we be aware of when we're going down that route?
There's a couple of things to consider because down that washing on the automated tunnel side of it, really pick and choose the correct ones. And there's some really good tunnel washes out there that are brushless. There's some great ones that actually are hand car washes. So really don't settle on the one that might be closest to your house, maybe the least expensive. I mean, they're very convenient. You said it perfectly, is you may not have the time. You may not want to drag the hose out, the bucket out, which we still recommend is the safest way to wash your vehicle. But we certainly understand not everybody can wash their vehicle at home, apartment, or condo. So really do your homework and find that quality tunnel wash that's automated, that maybe is a brushless wash, that maybe you either self-serve or they even offer some good ones that you can roll out the tunnel and they'll dry it for you. They'll still vacuum it for you. So really just don't settle on least expensive or closest, especially if you really care about your vehicle, but they can be very beneficial. And then on top of that, don't forget that once you run through that tunnel, you can always take that car back to your where you live and touch it up with a spray wax, a spray detailer. You can redo the windows. You can kind of put your little stamp of approval on that automated car wash if it's not up to your standards.
Right. Mike, and maybe this is just my imagination here, but it seems like these larger automatic washes have become more prevalent, at least back when I was in high school in the 90s. If there was an automatic wash, it was at the gas station. It was like off to the side. You got a spray, you got a brush, and then you got the dryer, and that was it. Other than that, you went to the local bay and you took dollars.
Slung those quarters,
Yeah, but it seems like the popularity of automatic washes has increased exponentially. Is that my imagination, or have you seen that on your end too?
You were spot on. I mean, they've exploded. And it's kind of a couple things happening here. You've got technology of these tunnels. So the equipment, the chemicals, the demand from consumers from a sheer time perspective. The options you said, these monthly subscriptions are a great alternative to keep your vehicle clean regularly and begin to pay off. So they have exploded and they're a great option, and they're not those old ones anymore that you and I grew up to. There's some pretty good ones out there, but again, don't settle for the least expensive or the closest one. Do your homework, find a good one, and that can be a good, arrow in the quiver, if you will, to either layer on top of your do-it-yourself wash, or maybe you have a couple of vehicles where one is your true show car that you want to pamper that comes out in the summertime, and when that spring breaks, you may not want to take that through that tunnel, but your daily driver that parks outside a lot, absolutely that's a good combination to keep it looking good on a regular basis. Great alternatives these days.
Yeah. So Mike, we've got our dirty vehicle, keeping in mind that we have to be careful how we approach washing it so that we don't inadvertently damage the paint, we don't inadvertently damage our vehicles. Now, after washing, let's start with the exterior. Let's start with the body and paint. What do you recommend for one, proper technique, and then for some products?
Oh, that's that can become a very large category and sometimes overwhelming. We hear from a lot of consumers on a regular basis. You've got too many items. I don't know what to do. And that makes sense to some people once you begin to kind of understand some real simple basics. So once that vehicle's been washed and all that loose debris has been removed, the next step is to really kind of ask yourself a couple of questions. And it's as easy as that. First is, what are your goals? Because there's a large percent of the population that wants something that's really quick and easy, maybe a single-use product. And then there's another portion of the population, me being one of them for sure, that we don't mind spending the time doing multiple steps and really achieving the maximum that vehicle look. It's almost like, let's call it therapy in the garage, if you want, to some extent.
Yep.
And then you layer that on top of what are you working on? Because not every vehicle is the same out there. You got some vehicles that maybe you bought a used vehicle that you're trying to restore a little bit and give some love to.
Yeah.
Maybe you got a brand new vehicle that just rolled off the showroom floor and it's gleaming.
Yeah.
It's not going to need all those steps. It just needs a little pampering and some spray wax. So once you understand what the car is, what it needs, and how much time you're willing to spend, then it drops right into, do you need to clean the surface, remove any scratches, swirls, clay? You want to polish, you want to wax it. It becomes very easy to start sliding in ultimate compound, ultimate polish, ultimate wax, maybe a cleaner wax that does it in one step. Maybe it's a spray wax, like our ultimate spray wax. It's spray on, wipe off to get some protection. So it becomes pretty easy, actually. Understand some of the basic questions up front.
Yeah. And things with the spray wax, again, obviously great shine and things like that. But again, you're back to the convenience factor. I can do this very quickly and I can turn around if I just want to do something on a lunch break or quick after work. Those detailer and wax mists are awesome for that.
They're great. And we run into a lot of people at events online, our social channels, and people still are a little confused on what do I use? How much time is it? And people think car care is still, the old school back in the 50s where it was hard and you're rubbing and you're working and you're sweating and you're grinding. But technology that we have introduced and the industry's introduced has really made it easy, whether you're doing a spray wax or you have to restore and clay and compound and polish. It's still much, much easier to get and exceed those results these days. It's really cool to see how far the industry's come.
I think something that sometimes gets overlooked, and actually I'm guilty of this, where I've done my whole vehicle and I've ignored the windows. So, what are your thoughts and recommendations there for good window cleaning products and then technique as well?
Yeah, you said a perfect product and technique. And I think if you talk to most of the people out there, glass can be a little bit of a thorn in all of our sides.
Yeah.
I'll raise my hand to that one as well. Yeah. Especially those rear glass inside where you have to crawl over the seats and contort yourself to get to it. I think we've all been there.
Yeah, you have to be like a gymnast or whatever.
Yeah, literally, But it really boils down to product towel and technique.
Okay.
Again, see a theme we're going through here in appearance care in general, especially with Meguiars, is grab the right product, use the best technique, and you're going to get those fantastic results. But we just launched a new product called Ultimate Glass Cleaner and Water Repellent just recently. That is a great product to not only clean, but put a little bit of hydrophobic properties to give yourself some self-cleaning when it rains out there, to give you a little bit better visibility.
Yeah.
So part of that, but the bigger part of that is the toweling. We see a lot of people out there, let's say, use their microfiber towel that they just applied a detailer, a quick detailer, spray wax.
Right.
Then they'll grab their glass cleaner and try to start to clean those windows with that same towel.
Gotcha.
And here comes the streaks.
Yeah.
So you really want to mind your P's and Q's and get yourself we have a perfect clarity glass towel that's a dedicated microfiber that is the weave designed for glass, and it should be dedicated for glass. So when you wash, store, and use, you begin to combine a fresh, clean towel that's not contaminated with the right formula. And then simple tips and tricks with, framing, filling, folding, final wipe. There's all these fun little analogies you can tie into it. But
Sure.
A fun trick we learned a long time ago was, if you got a window that has a frame around it, crack that window about an inch to get that glass out of that frame and clean that 1/4 inch.
Got it.
Roll that window back up and clean the rest of it.
Okay.
So again, product, towel, technique, and your glass will be clean on the inside and out. And another fun tip we like to talk about all the time is, nothing worse, I think we've all done it out there, where your car's done, your glass is done, you stand back, you're looking, and you're like, I think I see a streak on that glass.
All the time.
Yeah, I think we're all guilty of that. Is that on the inside? Is that on the outside? Yeah. And you start chasing it. So a pro detailer tip that we've been talking for years is, on your final wipe on the inside, again with a clean glass towel, go horizontally or vertically in one direction, okay? And then on the outside, do the opposite. So if you went vertically on the inside, go horizontally on the outside. And get yourself into a routine when you clean your glass to finish out. That way you stand back and you look at it, you're like, that's a horizontal, let's call it smear. You know precisely where to go.
Right.
Wipe it, you're done, and you're out. So it's a little bit of a time saver, and it's kind of a fun factor too.
That's a great idea, Mike. I'd never thought of that, and I do all the time. I mean, you look and the sun hits your windows just right, and you're like, or you step away, you look at your vehicle, and you're like, hey, I think I got it. And then you drive down the road 20 minutes later, and it's right
there. It is.
Yeah, there it is. Right. The sun.
Right in eyesight too, all the time.
Yeah, all the time. And then the crack in the window is, something I never thought of either, to do that.
Yeah. And it's funny, the more you leave your windows up, you typically don't see that a lot.
Yeah.
But again, here comes springtime, here comes summertime. As you begin to roll those windows down or put them halfway down, take a peek out there and you'll see that 1/4 inch that goes up into the window frame. I missed that.
Yeah.
And it looks terrible. At that time you should be, kind of showing off your work. And that's the last thing you want to show is that little, oops, I missed that one.
A must-have for your glass. See the link in the description for both of those. Mike, I got to tell you, talking about paint and bodywork and glass, but I'm a sucker for wheels and tires.
Aren't we all?
Right. And you know how it is. You get done, you step back, you love the pop of the wheels and the tires. But again, you're looking at a million different products that all claim to be able to do this. So same thing here. What's the proper technique so that I don't damage my wheels? Proper technique for wheels and tires. And then what do you recommend for products to get that nice shine that you're going to be proud of when you walk out and see your vehicle in the parking lot?
It's funny you talk about wheel care because, on the phones, we get a lot of calls here at our office right here where I'm at. And that question comes up all the time because, you can get a brand new car, used car, new to you. One of the easiest things to do is change your wheels and tires to kind of personalize it, of course.
Yeah.
Make it your own. And people, with the amount of money in some cases that you're buying, that's an investment and they don't want to mess it up. So this is a huge topic because with wheel cleaners, if you do choose the wrong wheel cleaner, you can certainly damage temporary or permanently some of these aftermarket wheels or even factory wheels, or take that a step further, brake calipers, brake components on some of these higher end vehicles that you've upgraded from a performance package. So this is a huge topic, and appreciate you bringing that up. The couple things to clean wheels very easily is, one, it's a combination of mechanical agitation. So you've got a great combination of, there's some really good wheel brushes on the market. Pick your favorite brand out there. Power washer becomes your best friend if you got a power washer at your house, or maybe the coin op for wheels only. Let me clarify that. You want that pressure. But when it comes to the chemicals, and specifically, there's a plethora of our hot rims, from aluminum to chrome to all wheel. But what's interesting is people don't know what they have. So if you ask a lot of consumers, and maybe people watching or listening to this, they may not know what they have. So we have a product called Ultimate All-Wheel Cleaner. And the great thing about that is it works on delicate materials. It works on chrome. It works on factory. It's safe on many of those components that could be a little bit sensitive. And then about a year ago, we launched a product called Hot Rims Black Wheel Cleaner, because we noticed a trend these days, and I think you've probably seen it, where full black aftermarket, even factory, a lot of OEMs are offering all black or partial black wheels.
Totally,
This Hot Rims Black Wheel Cleaner is the perfect solution to clean those black wheels. And you can be, with your combination of great pressure, Hot Rims Black Wheel Cleaner, maybe the proper wheel brush, you are set to go, and you won't damage anything, and they'll be clean.
See the links in the description for all the products that we've been talking about here. Also, there's going to be a link in the description to the Meguiars YouTube channel. Lots of great tips on there as well. They have a Shop Talk series that's really helpful, packed full of great stuff, which is exactly what we're doing here with you, Mike, today. Simply talk and shop. So see the links in the description for all that stuff. Mike, let's move inside. Talking about, here's probably another big question. I have leather seats, I have cloth seats. What do I do? How do I take care of them? What's the best way? Again, I'm looking at 1 million products on the market. What's the best technique between leather and cloth when I go inside my vehicle?
Yeah, and that's, think about it, inside, you do live, in fact, far more on the inside of your vehicle while you're driving it. Especially if you're in an area that's got a lot of traffic. But there's a couple scenarios to think about if you're maintaining those interior surfaces, lightly cleaning, or if you're reconditioning and deep cleaning those surfaces. So most of the questions we get asked is on that side of lighter cleaning. How do I maintain it? How do I keep it looking its best all the time?
Okay.
And what's great, we have a couple items to think about. We just launched a brand new product called Meguiars All Surface Interior Cleaner. Okay, great product that works on leather, great product that works on all the hard plastics, cloth, fabric. It's a great way to clean fingerprints, messes, spills, light stains, light discoloration. It's a little bit more aggressive than a simple interior detailer product. Okay, so that is a great product that is literally just shipping now. Get your hands on it. I've used it many times. It's fantastic. If you want to step into some heavy duty cleaning, our Gold Class line of products for leather got a dedicated leather cleaner, a dedicated leather conditioner. And that's when you're restoring, you really want to take that next level, and you've let it gone too far, or you picked up possibly a used vehicle new to you, and you want to bring it back, and then you can begin to maintain it with all surface interior cleaner. Ultimate Leather Detailer is another great product. So there's a couple to choose from there, but just understand, again, pick the right product that's safe on everything to maintain, or if you're working on a dedicated surface that you really need to restore and condition and protect, just simply grab those products that are designed specifically for that surface. Again, take you a little bit longer, but those results are going to be so satisfying.
Mike, one more time on those products for our viewers. Again, links in the description.
We've got our Meguiars Ultimate Leather Detailer. We've got our all new Meguiars All Surface Interior Cleaner. And then we've got our family of Meguiars Gold Class leather products, leather conditioners, leather cleaners. Those are kind of the go-tos without getting too complex and involved kind of going down that rabbit hole of that next level, if you will, if you're a professional.
Mike, from the leather and the cloth now, moving to the rest of the interior, and you mentioned a second ago about having more black wheels on the market and that styling with, more midnight edition packages from OEMs. So we're seeing more of that on the exterior. On the interior, you're seeing larger screens on the center console and more screen space on the inside. And so the question is, when you're dealing with a screen like that, with a touchscreen infotainment system, same kind of question. What product do I use? How do I clean it so that I don't damage it? And then also so I can get rid of like the smudge marks from my fingerprints and things like that.
We have a product called Quik Interior Detailer. It's been around a while. It's kind of a go-to. And the good news is, you said it perfectly, Carl, is all the different materials, technology, sustainable surfaces and vehicles. I mean, it is all over the board. So the great thing about our Quik Interior Detailer is it is not going to damage plastic, leather, all the infotainment systems. You can mist it onto a towel and safely wipe those surfaces. Now, it's not going to be a surface cleaner, i.e., like we talked about earlier, all surface cleaner. This is a great product to dust, clean, maintain, and keep it looking brand new. And it's safe on the glass, plastic, leather. In fact, a lot of us and a lot of people keep that inside. It comes in a wipe and it comes in a spray form. So it's a great grab, go-to, quick wipe, because the longer you let it sit on there, it could do more damage to those. And you definitely want to not begin to saturate and soak with just any type of cleaner on all this new technology out there. So be mindful. And again, going back to that towel trick that we talked earlier, get yourself a good microfiber towel, our Supreme Shine microfiber towel, and dedicate that to be used with that Trigger Quik Interior Detailer, or get your wipes and you'll be perfectly fine. So as begin to compartmentalize glass towels, paint towels, interior towels, it actually becomes very easy what to grab to get the best results.
Mike, in the past, we've talked about an acronym, RTFL.
You're going to bring that up again. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, because as we've been talking about, everything here, that's just what keeps coming to mind. RTFL. So explain to our viewers, what is RTFL and why is it important?
Oh, this is great. I love it. You are awesome, Carl. Read the friendly label is what that stands for. You'd be surprised with the engagement we have with consumers where, first off, the wrong product gets selected, but let's pretend the right product gets selected. But if you don't read that back label and follow some of these directions, because again, all appearance care companies, the directions are not identical. So do yourself a huge favor and flip that bottle over, become familiar with those directions, what kind of towel, how long to let it sit on there, what it's safe on, what it's not safe on in some cases. You will do yourself huge justice in time, frustration, and you will get the best results. So read the friendly label, no matter what brand it is. Let's say that too.
I love it. Mike, I know we've covered a lot of ground here. What else do you recommend for keeping our vehicles in tip-top shape?
I think simplicity is probably a word that comes to mind.
Yeah.
When we talk about frequent car care is easy car care, that can sound overwhelming at first. That doesn't mean you need to do multiple steps and spend 5 hours every weekend on your vehicle. That's not what that means, really.
Yeah.
But we open this segment with talking about the importance of washing, and frequency of washing can be one of the best things you can do for your vehicle. Frequent car care is easy car care. Interior, exterior, glass, whatever that may be, that fits into your schedule and routine, it will certainly pay off in how you feel, how the car looks. It's great. And then don't forget, reach out to us at all times. We're here to help. We just want you to get the right product, teach you how to use it correctly. Because when you get the best results, we're all happy, to be honest with you out there, because you're going to enjoy your ride a lot more.
Mike Pennington, Director of Training and Consumer Relations at Meguiars, joining us here for some helpful car care tips. See the links in the description for all of the products that Mike talked about here. Each is available on Amazon. As an Amazon associate, Automoblog earns from qualifying purchases, and commissions from Amazon and other affiliate partners come to us at no additional cost to you, our viewer. Mike, thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and let's do this again here sometime real soon.
Always fun, and anytime. We'd love to talk shop with you.
In Detroit, alongside Mike Pennington, on behalf of Automoblog, I'm Carl Anthony.